Protein. Are you eating enough? How much do you really need if your goal is fat loss and muscle growth as a female? Will too much kick you out of ketosis or harm your kidneys? And why does every website, YouTuber, and health expert have a different answer? In this video, I'm going to cut through the noise and give you my simple system to calculate the protein needs that have worked for hundreds of my female clients and will work for you as well. Hi, my name is Lesya and I'm a nutritionist for professional women. If that sounds like you, consider subscribing to the channel. Today we're talking about a topic that's been a source of confusion for many women. That's right, I'm talking about women's protein needs. How much protein do we need to build muscle, maintain muscle, and achieve fat loss? First, it's important to know why protein is such a big deal. I call protein the queen of fat loss, and if you're my client, you know how much I harp about hitting your daily protein goal. It's that crucial. Protein is an essential nutrient for women, and it's important for a number of reasons, including fat loss, metabolism, and aging. Let's start with fat loss. Protein can help with fat loss because it helps us feel full and satisfied. This can prevent overeating and making unhealthy food choices, which are key factors in weight gain. When combined with a healthy diet and exercise routine, a high protein diet can also boost metabolism, which promotes more fat loss. Protein has a high thermal effect, meaning that your body burns more calories digesting protein compared to other macronutrients like carbohydrates or fat. This can help increase metabolism and aid in even more fat loss. So much fat loss happening. Additionally, when you eat more protein, you can help maintain muscle mass, which is important for maintaining a healthy metabolism. Let's talk about aging. As women age, they naturally start to lose muscle mass, which can lead to a decrease in metabolism and increased risk of injury. Consuming enough protein in your diet can help slow down the muscle loss process and maintain healthy muscle mass. This can help women stay strong, active, and healthy as they age. Now that you know the importance of protein, how much do you really need? I'm going to give you a different calculation based on your goals and lifestyle. Are you ready for some math? I'm about to do some math on camera. Wish me luck. If you're a pretty sedentary woman who wants to shed fat, I would recommend starting with your ideal body weight in grams. Your ideal body weight is based on your height. The first 5 feet is equal to 100 grams, and for every inch after that, you'll multiply by 5. So if you're 5'4" like me, your ideal body weight would be 120 pounds. 100 plus 4 times 5. So at a minimum, you would aim for 120 grams of protein per day. Now, if you're active and you want to build muscle, we need to bump that up. For active females, I recommend consuming at least 1 gram per body weight and go from there based on how active you are. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you would eat 150 grams of protein per day. This higher protein intake will help support muscle growth and repair. It's important to remember that building muscle also requires resistant training exercises and adequate caloric intake, not just high protein consumption. Most of the women I work with only need to choose one of these two equations. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if your protein goal is fat loss or muscle growth. Do not overcomplicate protein. If you're not active, go with your ideal body weight. If you are, eat 1 gram per pound of what you currently weigh. Simple, right? However, simple isn't always easy because the next question I always get is, how the heck am I supposed to get all this protein in one day? Now, if you're one of my clients, you're in luck because I provide you with the ultimate protein cheat sheet inside my program. But if you aren't, here are some general guidelines I recommend. Number 1 is go for animal protein. Animal protein is king. When in doubt, always choose animal-based protein sources. Animal-based proteins such as meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and high-quality dairy are considered complete proteins because they contain all the essential amino acids that our bodies cannot produce on their own. This makes them an excellent source of high-quality protein for building and repairing muscle tissue. Animal-based proteins are also generally more easily digestible and absorbable than plant-based proteins. Number 2 is spread out your protein throughout the day so you aren't scrambling at the end of the day trying to chug a carton of egg whites while eating tuna straight from the can. Gross. I tell my clients to take their protein goal and split them up by the number of meals they eat in the day. Then make sure every meal hits that goal. Example, if your goal is 120 grams of protein and you eat 3 times a day, that is 40 grams of protein in each meal. One can of tuna has around 42 grams of protein, so your lunch protein goal is met. Number 3, don't look for an additional source of protein. Consume more of the protein you're already eating. For example, if you're eating 5 ounces of ground beef for dinner, that's about 35 grams of protein. If you double that, that's 76 grams. Of course, you don't have to always double it, but you get the point. It's not rocket science, it's just some basic math, which never do on camera, by the way. So now that you know how much protein to eat and how to hit your protein goal, what about too much protein? Will eating too much protein kick you out of ketosis? It's a common belief that consuming too much protein will kick you out of ketosis because protein can be converted into glucose, which would raise your blood sugar levels and prevent the body from entering a state of ketosis. However, it's important to note the amount of protein needed to kick you out of ketosis is highly individual, and it depends on a number of factors, such as your activity level, your body composition, and overall carb intake. Some people can consume higher levels of protein without disrupting ketosis, while others may need to limit their protein intake to maintain a state of ketosis. If your body has no reason to turn protein into glucose, it won't. I wouldn't worry about this so much because my guess is you're most likely under-eating protein to begin with, so why worry about what could happen if you eat too much? I've yet to meet a client who said she overeats protein. It's physically impossible if you're eating whole, real foods. The satiety factor in protein is so high, you would feel way too stuffed to eat anymore. Now, how about your kidneys? Can too much protein harm them? The idea that consuming too much protein can cause kidney damage is a common myth that has been largely discredited by scientific research. In fact, many studies have found that high-protein diets are safe and well tolerated even in the long term. The kidneys are designed to handle the metabolic waste produced from protein metabolism, and they are able to adjust in changes of protein intake by increasing or decreasing the rate of waste production. In healthy individuals, high-protein diets do not appear to have any adverse effects on kidney function or overall health. I really hope that this video cleared up your confusion about how much protein you should be eating when it comes to fat loss and muscle growth and the common myths about too much protein. If you want to get your hands on that protein cheat sheet I talked about, let's hop on a call and see if my program is a good fit for you. I'll leave my calendar link in the description. Until next time, keep hitting that protein goal, lady.